like to call to order the 69th meeting of the 40th Council, June 9th, 2025. First order of business is a moment of reflection. Okay, thank you. Moving on. Additions and approval of the agenda. I have an amended agenda moved by Councillor Martin, seconded by Councillor Johnson. Resolved that the agenda for the 69th meeting of the 40th Council be approved as amended. In favor? Carried. Oh yeah, sorry, just for clarification to the people watching, we added a budget item into the agenda, voting on a resolution for next meeting, and so that's the addition for the agenda. Next up is disclosure of pecuniary interest and the general nature thereof. It can be declared now or any time during the meeting. Seeing none, we'll move on to minutes from previous meetings. There was a special council meeting, May 26th. Moved by Councillor Johnson, seconded by Councillor Martin. Resolved that the minutes of the 67th meeting of the 40th Council held May 26, 2025 be adopted as written. In favor? Thank you. Next is the Committee of the Whole meeting minutes from May 26th. Moved by Councillor Martin, seconded by Councillor Johnson. Resolved that the minutes of the Committee of the Whole meeting held May 26, 2025 be received and filed. In favor? Carried. And lastly, it's the meeting minutes from May 26th. Moved by Councillor Johnson, seconded by Councillor Martin. Resolved that the minutes of the 68th Council of the 68th meeting, of the 40th Council held May 26, 2025 be adopted as written. In favor? Carried. And I'll ask the question, is there any matters arising out of these minutes anyone would like to discuss? Seeing none, we'll move on to departments, administration, and employee relations. Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, Councillor Shine.
Yes, my question, I guess, would be. It's me. My question would be to CAO Young. So now that we've passed the asset management plan, who develops how we move so that we're in compliance for 2026? Like, what's the plan?
It's the same process that we've had before. Finance and Public Works work together, and it moves forward. I'm not sure. I guess I don't know the question. I mean, there are deadlines throughout the process, and we keep moving forward.
I guess I'm looking for specifically. It says now for the next phase of it for 2026, we have to have community involvement. Who's going to be making that plan to do that? Is it the company that we hired, or is it somebody within the organization?
Quite frankly, we haven't had the conversation yet, unless Brandy has an update.
Okay, thank you.
No, we're just working on the 2025 updates at this point.
Okay. Any other questions? Out of the minutes? Okay, seeing none. I will move to administration and employee relations. And moved by Councillor Knowles, seconded by Councillor Shine. Resolve that Varnika Shaw be hired as Deputy Clerk, HR Administrator. Is there any discussion? In favor? Carried. Congratulations, Varnika, if you are watching, and we look forward to you joining us in council chambers soon. Next is Finance, bylaw number 22-25, amended Schedule A, Finance and Administration Fees. Bylaw number 16-12, resolution. I hope everybody had a chance to go over this information and they understand what we're voting on. So it's moved by Councillor Stimpson, seconded by Councillor Shine. Resolve that bylaw number 22-25, being a bylaw to amend Schedule A, Finance and Administration of the Fees bylaw number 16-12, be read a first, second, and third time and finally passed. Is there any discussion on the fees changes? I want to thank Tyler and Brandy and everybody else that worked on this. It was a very onerous project, but I think it brings our fees to a little more current. And again, it'll take some of the load off the taxpayers and put it on the people that are using our amenities. So thank you very much. In favor of passing these bylaws? Carried. Thank you. That's a big step in, and what I like about it is it's for the next 3 years. So we don't have to go through this process over 25, 26, 27.
But that's only as a backup, so the intention is every time you do your budget, you're supposed to update your fees. So the intention isn't for those fees to stay that 3% static every time. You should be, every budget, you should be looking at them, see what new fees need to be added, what need to be taken out, and that sort of thing. So this is just because we know that it won't happen on time, likely, so.
Or didn't we just pass the fee structure?
Oh, I thought you were doing them all together, because you had
I
said.
apologize, I
Okay.
apologize.
Yeah.
Thank you. Yes, it's Public Works. Okay, my bad. Okay, next we'll move to Public Works. Oh, benefit renewal resolution. Moved by Councillor Shine, seconded by Councillor Stimpson. Resolve that Atikokan Town Council approve the proposal by RBC Insurance for employee benefits. In favor? Carried. And again, congratulations and our appreciation for the work done on that. Next, we'll go to Public Works. Oh, this is the amended. This is the amended part of the agenda. Moved by Councillor Knowles, seconded by Councillor Shine. Resolve that Atikokan Town Council provides direction to staff to prepare and present a budget on June 23rd, at the June 23rd council meeting, to pass a budget with approximately 3.55% tax rate increase. In favor? We're not passing it. We are bringing it to the next meeting. I'd just like to remind everybody that will be a recorded vote as well. Public Works. Moved by Councillor Stimpson, seconded by Councillor Shine. Resolve that bylaw number 23-25 being a bylaw to amend Schedule C Public Works Services of Fees bylaw. I'll read that again. Resolve that bylaw number 23-25 being a bylaw to amend Schedule C Public Works Services of the Fees bylaw number 16-12 be read a first, second, and third time and finally passed. Any discussion on that? Yes, Councillor Johnson.
Thank you, Mayor Ferguson. A question for either Tyler or Brandy. It's these, should we, with aviation fuel and jet fuel, should we review to
It could, yeah. If we wind up getting a lower price on a delivery versus what we had targeted, we could hypothetically make a bit more than 40% on it.
Counselor Johnson, is your microphone on?
It is not.
Thank you. Okay, any more discussion on that? In favor of the bylaw? Carried. All those good things I said earlier. Yes, Counselor Stimpson.
Thank you, Mayor Ferguson. I'm just wondering, did we ever do a restructuring of fees for community services?
No, we haven't yet. Jason, would you like to speak to that, since you are the de facto community services person?
Yeah, no, it's to come to a future meeting. We're in the middle of the golf season, and it wasn't appropriate to bring a fees bylaw right when the golf course was opening, and we will be bringing it to council this fall.
Okay, just under that premise, yes, is it gonna be appropriate before hockey? Is it gonna be appropriate before curling?
That's exactly, no, that's.
I have to
it's
put a
time.
number down, right, so, I know it was a quick change on your part, and again, I appreciate all the work that you're doing, and everybody's doing under the circumstances, but again, it's something you might have heard me speak to before.
Absolutely.
Thank you. Any more questions on the fees? Okay, great. Next up is the Atikokan OPP Detachment Board. Councillor Johnson, May 22nd meeting.
Thank you, Mayor Ferguson. It was a very short meeting. You have the minutes in front of you. If you have any questions, I'll attempt to answer them. But I'm happy to report, and Mayor Ferguson can correct me on this if I'm wrong, but we are on the map for building a new OPP station, and apparently it's supposed to be going to be a big building and built in roughly the same area that the present station is. But that we're on list for getting a new station. Other than that, not much more to report.
Any questions for Councillor Johnson?
Thank you.
Great, seeing none, we'll move on to Museum of Atikokan, meeting minutes from May 8th. Councillor Shine.
Thank you, Mayor Ferguson. You have the minutes before you. I think the most important thing is if you get the opportunity to make sure that you go to the Outers open house or display that they've got on. It was very well done. The open night was very well attended, and there was quite a bit of chit-chat, and there's a wonderful film to watch. So I hope everybody gets the opportunity to do that. Does anybody have any other questions?
Yes, Councillor Johnson.
Question for Councillor Shine, please. Thank you, Mayor Ferguson. How long is that exhibit running for?
Middle of August.
Okay, thank you.
Great. Any other questions on the museum for Councillor Shine? Okay. Seeing none, we'll move on to Atikokan Cemetery Board, and it's Councillor Shine again.
Thank you, Mayor Ferguson. It was our first meeting of the season. Everything went really well. If anybody has any questions, I do want to compliment the municipality for the caretaker that they've hired. They've done a fantastic job of clearing up at the Little Falls Cemetery, cutting away the brush, and I noticed that they've done a really good job of starting to clean up the old cemetery as well when I've gone by. So it's good to see that.
Doing a good job.
Yes, that's
Who is it?
Darren Sampson.
Yeah.
Oh, right on. Yeah. Thank you.
Yes, and he is working with Nick at the golf course, sharing equipment, sharing work practices, and it's a very good partnership going on there. Okay, any more questions for Councillor Shine on the cemetery? Okay, hearing none, we'll move to District of Rainy River Services Board. Highlights from the May 22nd meeting. So I attended the May 22nd meeting. I will give you the overall highlights. Sharon Back from Back Emergency Management attended in person to present the vision plan and work underway to develop a Rainy River District Paramedic Services peer support program. She highlighted the importance of investment in mental health and wellness supports for the services, and it's something that's been long overdue with the paramedics. Some peer support and some help with incidents they may encounter, and we are working on the board to help the paramedics deal with that and to be there for them when they need it. Board member Rob Ferguson presented the finance and the audit committee report, sharing that had received a clean audit for the 24 financial statements. That was performed by MNP, which was used to be BMO, but they are new ownership. CAO Shireen Gilly shared the report, highlighting an update on the legal name change of the organization. So it's not necessarily DSAB anymore, it's really the District of Rainy River Services Board. It's very expensive to change the legal name, and we thought it was not worth the expense to change the legal name. So it is still it's still proper to call it the DSAB. Okay, so we do go by kind of two different names, but it is talk with the lawyers, and it is okay to still call it DSAB, and it saves us a lot of money. Michelle Shute, Supervisor of Infrastructure and Asset Management, informed the board of the operational rationale supporting the removal of the playground equipment from the Fifth and Frenette property. She indicated that the playground is over 30 years old, has not been maintained and inspected since the property was purchased, and poses safety and liability issues. In addition, providing public play space does not fall under the mandate of any DSAB programs and does not align with the DSAB's long-term plans for the site. So just some background on that. There was a school similar to North Star that was put up for sale. DSAB bought it. It was the old St. Mike's School for people that are in Fort Francis. There was a playground equipment on there, and as it says, the playground was over 30 years old, and so DSAB has removed it to save money and reduce liability. There was some issues with people in that community about that, but it was DSAB's decision to remove the old equipment. Similar fate may happen to the playground equipment at North Star School with whoever purchases that equipment as well. It's not DSAB's mandate to run playgrounds, or whoever buys that property will probably remove that equipment. And on behalf of Josh Calling, Chief of Paramedic Services, CAO Gillies highlighted the article in the Walrus, that's an online newspaper, which explores the intensifying paramedic shortage in Ontario and the impact on public safety. So we are getting more paramedics, but the paramedic group is very short-handed, and we are getting more, but we're still short-handed, and it puts a lot of strain on paramedics and the amount of time it could take to respond to issues. So there's a link if anybody wants to read the article in the Walrus. And the board approved the 2024 audited financial statements. Any questions on the DSAB? Yes, Councillor Knowles.
Thank you, Mayor Ferguson. It's not probably a question specifically about, but just as a result from the piece on the asset management. Has the municipality made inquiries to the Ministry of Education, who I assume owns the North Star building still, about donating the playground equipment to the municipality? I'm not sure who that question would even be directed at. It was more thinking out loud.
No, we've never spoken to them. We've spoken to the Rainy River District School Board, who owns the school. When I spoke with the Minister of Education at AMO, she advised me that it is not in the Ministry of Education's forte to deal with used redundant schools. I spoke with Heather Campbell, the CAO of the Rainy River District School Board, about the availability of that school, and the process has changed. There isn't a list of people that can bid on it now. It'll probably go to an RFP in there when they put it for sale. So it is market value, and whoever does the best proposal will have an opportunity to purchase school.
That would include the equipment as well, or?
Well, if you purchase the school, you get the equipment. Similar to what DSAB said, you take the liability and the maintenance and the inspections on the playground equipment as well. So it would be something that we would, again, have to look at moving it. I think some of that stuff, Councillor Johnson may have played on some of that equipment when he went to school, so it has been there for a long time, and I don't know if, as I always say, we can't afford free stuff. So I don't know if the municipality wants to take over that 40, 50-year-old playground equipment. Any questions on the DSAB? Okay. Hearing none. Resolution for National Indigenous History Month. Moved by Councillor Shine, seconded by Councillor Stimpson. I'm not going to read the whole resolution because Councillor Lyons did a great job on that. I'll do the therefore. Now therefore be it resolved that the Council of Atikokan of the Town of Atikokan formally recognizes June as National Indigenous History Month and June 21st as National Indigenous Peoples' Day, and further to be resolved that the town acknowledges the importance of ongoing learning, dialogue, and respect for Indigenous rights, histories, and contributions. And I think, oh, no, any discussion? In favor? Carried. That brings us to the end of the meeting. Final resolution, moved by Councillor Stimpson, seconded by Councillor Shine. Resolved that this meeting do now adjourn. In favor? Carried.